in this teaching, we are often concerned with awareness, qualities of awareness, how we, in looking at ourselves when we self-reference, there is a point of awareness. There is a sense that I am aware of something. And this is our normal functioning state. I'm aware of this, I see this, I interact with this. Then there is another quality of awareness that we also can sometimes experience. And this one is a spacious awareness, one in which there is a lot of space, that the quality of awareness is not focused on me. In fact, that awareness includes me. Mm-hmm. So it is like stepping back in space to expand. The awareness expands to include that focused or pointed awareness, that me awareness. And sometimes called, there's lots of names for this, the witnessing state, witnessing without a witnesser, a reference to a quality of awareness which is very expansive and non-focused. And in certain spiritual circles, this is thought to be, a higher state than and the focused one is considered to be a lower state. Mainly, if for no other reason that the expansive state feels so good. I mean, it feels really like spiritual. It feels real connected. In the focused state, there is a much stronger sense of me and the other, that duality, in which the possibility of claiming by the false sense of authorship can happen. The false sense of authorship can get involved in this focused or live this state of awareness, which includes me, because there's a me to claim. In the spacious awareness, in this expanded awareness, there is the me is not at the forefront. The me is part of everything. And so there is nothing literally for the false sense of authorship to grab onto at that point, during that spacious awareness period. And so within that, there's no suffering, there's no, all of the things that the involvement by the false sense of authorship bring are not present in that state of spacious awareness. And that means that there is the absence of suffering in that state. And so in a hierarchy of things, we say that's better, because we're not suffering there, and we're in the focus state, there's the possibility of suffering occurring. And nobody wants to suffer. So all of those things combine to make us feel that this spacious awareness is the one that we should aim for somehow, try to cultivate and have more of. And that's, I suppose, very natural, and it certainly happens. And it is where it gets kind of confused and messed up is that is thought to be a non-dual state. That this state of spacious awareness, because there is no focused me involved, is thought to be non-dual in nature. It feels unitive. It feels expansive. Of course, that's not the case. It is dualistic in nature. It has to be in order to be known, in order to be experienced, in order for there to be something there. It has to be dual. There's no escape, there's no such thing as non-dual awareness. It just doesn't compute, it doesn't have any meaning. All such qualities have to exist within duality. So the non-dual is the screen, the space, that which empowers and infuses the dualistic state. But it itself has no quality. The non-dual state itself has no quality whatsoever. And thus cannot be known. It cannot be experienced. There are no non-dual states. Or the flip side is that everything is a non-dual state, because everything is that. Everything is non-dual. Everything is the expression of this non-dual thing, which is not a thing. So, but for our purposes of discussion, we use this pointer of the non-dual to point to that unknowable ground of all being, that which is the source and the substance of everything. But it truly is not knowable, even in this spacious awareness, which is so often mistaken for and characterized as the non-dual state. So there you have it.
So then understanding is not experiential in nature?
Yes and no. All the understanding that it happens is experiential in nature. The understandings that come, the insights that come, the awarenesses that come, the expansion that comes, the spaciousness which comes, all of which we can talk about as understandings. The understanding with a capital U that is synonymous with enlightenment, with nothingness, the totality, whatever you want to call it, that is not dualistic in nature. It is not experiential. It is not knowable. It simply is. And transcends even our ability to talk about it in any meaningful way. You can only point to it.
It seems like that there's knowledge of it from which the pointings come.
That's one way of talking about it. There is knowledge of it, but it is subtler than that, inasmuch as there is not a knowledge of it. There is the absence of knowledge about it, we could say, or the absence of delusion, the absence of illusion about it. That there is an it there at all. So that is the mystical occurrence, if you will, that we talk about as enlightenment, as the final understanding, that we have all of these very crude terms that we use to point to that.
So it's so we're we're pointing to that which cannot be pointed at.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, it's like the finger's only pointing at itself.
Yeah.